What is up, Smash Ninjas? Wednesday. You know what we're talking about right now? What the dumbbells are going to be in the open. And you know what? My boy Travis over there brought up a good point. What if we do 16.5 with dumbbells? Yeah, that's nauseating. Dave, what do you think? Yeah? No? Maybe? Sounds terrible. I think that would add, I said 5 minutes to my time. It might be 10. It'd be awful. So we're going to be talking about, real simple, sciatica. You guys sent me a bunch of messages about sciatic nerve pain, sciatica, low back pain. So sciatica is pretty funky because what happens is sciatic nerve, biggest nerve in the body, right? You go through a basic anatomy lesson. I'm going to do this. Yes, I am holding a lacrosse ball. There's a reason why, by the way, that I'm holding this ball in my hand. Just to go off on a tangent, I'm going to show you what the reason is. It's that fuzzy little ball stealer over there that took my ball in the last video, which was probably one of the funniest things that's ever happened. But so I'm hanging on to the lacrosse ball because it will go missing. Right there, by the way. See that dude? That's Kyle Z. Yeah. He's a stud. So follow him. I know I keep saying it. Follow him. Guy knows what he's doing. He's going to make the games this year. And it's going to involve a lot of box jumps. So anyway, the sciatic nerve, largest nerve in the body, comes back down behind the knee, splits into two nerves, and basically goes right down to the foot. And the problem is that sciatic nerve, it's going to give you a dead leg, aching leg, numbness, tingling. Here's the other thing. You choke off that nerve because it passes underneath that piriformis. You choke off that nerve and you lose strength in that where that nerve goes, which is basically the entire lower limb. That's a lot of stuff. So imagine dropping into a squat clean or a squat snatch or just thrusters or even just taking a step, and that nerve's functioning at about 50%. You're gonna have all kinds of issues, never mind the pain. If you guys have had sciatic nerve issues, yeah, it's nauseating and you can't get away from it. You can take all the drugs, all the Advil, all the Percocets you want, not gonna help that sciatic nerve. How about we just unload it? That and we'll restore mechanics to the hip and the low back all at the same time. How's that? Pretty trick. So I'm gonna show you two things. One, I'm gonna show you how to floss the sciatic nerve. Most people don't do it right, so I'm gonna show you how to do it right, super easy. There's two ways of doing it, and then I'm going to show you how to clear out that low back and get it functioning the way it's supposed to. Sound good? All right, let's make this happen. So you need a bench. You can see I got a super complicated piece of equipment here. It's a bench. All you're going to do is you're going to hang your leg off the bench. So if this is the affected leg, this is the big thing. You want to be up super tall. Affected leg, you're going to be dorsiflexed on the foot. So when you do this, if you have sciatica, sciatic nerve issues, if you dorsiflex your foot, it's gonna light this up. This is normal. So there's two moves I'm gonna give you where when you feel the pain going down the leg, unless it's like a 9 out of 10 where you basically wanna throw up a boot, suck it up and just do it because the pain is normal. That's all part of it. So what you're gonna do when you floss the nerve is easy. As the leg goes up, head goes up. You're gonna hold that for 5 seconds and you're gonna come back down. So dorsiflex foot, all the way up, hold for 5 seconds and then come all the way back down. That's how you floss this. You're gonna do that for a minute. You're going to do it on the affected side. Don't worry about the unaffected side for this one because all we're trying to do is free up those adhesions where that nerve passes through all the tissue. So remember, dorsiflex, all the way up, all the way down, except you're holding at the top. So come all the way up, look up, hold for 5 seconds, just hang out. I can feel that already and I don't have a sciatic nerve issue. And then you're going to come all the way back down and tuck your chin. That's for 5 seconds. That's number one. Number two is just spin around on the bench. You're going to do what's called a slouch stretch. This is super effective for sciatic issues. There's two ways of doing this because the first way is really aggressive. So my feet are flat against, that's Travis talking, it's not really the dog. So the feet are gonna go flat against the wall. You can do this while seated on the floor. He sounds a lot like a dog, huh? Isn't that cool? You're gonna take your fingers, fold them together, and grab the back of your neck, and then you're just gonna slouch forward. So this is pulling the pelvis forward. You're gonna hang out like this for a minute. If the pain is unbearable, instead of doing that, you're gonna grab the back, feet are still flat, you're gonna grab the back of the bench. So if you're doing this on the floor, just so I don't fall and eat it off the bench, which would be actually kind of hilarious, but at the same time, it'd suck because I'd probably injure myself. So again, I'll do the slouch stretch one more time. I'm still hiding the lacrosse ball. So feet are flat, you're gonna interlace your fingers behind your neck, and then you're just gonna come all the way forward, and you're basically slouching forward. It's not a test for hamstring flexibility. You're just gonna hang out like this and then come all the way back up. I would do it for a minute, super important. If you can't take that, if it's super wicked painful, lock the arms out like this instead, and now you're gonna arch your back. So that's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna rock the pelvis forward. As it rocks the pelvis forward, it's gonna traction that sciatic nerve a little bit. So hands behind you, elbows locked out. just arch the back and then come all the way back down. That's gonna do the same thing. So you just stay in that arched position for about a minute. This is the super friendly animal. We love this. Notice what she's trying to do. You see this? This is what she's trying to get. See how smart this time, outsmarted the dog. That's it. I kept this. If I put this down for about 2 or 3 seconds, this is gonna vanish. And then we gotta start the whole video over again because I can't do it without the mobility ball, lacrosse ball, whatever you wanna call it. So that's number one. Number two, I'm gonna show you how to do some really funky stuff with the band. We wanna unload that piriformis. Best way to do it is figure 4, but against the wall. And at the same time, we're gonna take this. Remember, the sciatic nerve is from branches off of that lumbar spine. So we're just gonna unload your back too. Super easy. So get into a band. I realize I'm using a red band and a red shirt. Didn't think that went out properly, but hey, that's how it works. SmashweRx is red. So you wanna come up to the wall. You're gonna go 90 degrees to the wall. Make sure that you have a dog. Super important. So that's probably the most critical portion of this entire video. No dog, none of this works. So 90 degrees at the knee, you're gonna take the lacrosse ball, you're gonna tuck it in just above the pelvis. Holy moly, that's awful, but it gets even better. You're gonna take your leg and you're gonna cross it in a figure 4. So this is unloading that piriformis. So you're doing basically a 2-for-1. So the ball is tucked in behind me right here. I'm gonna unload that piriformis and stretch it like crazy. Well, actually, I'm gonna load it up rather, stretch it like crazy, unload that sciatic nerve when I come out of this. How long do we stay like this? 2, ninjas, 2. This is the only time I'll tell you, you can push on the knee. So give it a little push, you'll feel it in the glute, in the adductor, and just camp out. You're gonna do both sides. You do one side, you're all lopsided, you just walk around ridiculous. That's it, that's sciatic nerve issues. You wanna get rid of it? That'll clear up the low back, the sciatic nerve, and just make you a smash ninja. That's all you gotta do. Let me see if I can catch this. Look at that. Hey, I just gotta throw that up there because he makes it look so friggin' easy. Hey, I'm Trev, SmashweRx, hanging out, having an awesome day. I'll check you guys out tomorrow.